Source Sound delivers audio programs for well-being and inner growth. Our programs use an innovative technology initially developed by Peter Chappell in 2002, where a resonance energy field is embedded in a carrier of C-wave sounds. I am Leilani Van Kuntin, a doctor and psychotherapist by training, and now the director of Source Medicine. That's the organisation based in Devon, UK, that develops and supplies source resonances and source sound programs. This approach was developed by Peter Chappell in 2002 while he was working as a homeopath in Africa.
Do you have any questions about it? There must be many questions which we...
Put simply, they are an innovative, transformative technology to awaken self-healing, our innate ability to address and resolve issues in our lives, in our inheritance. It's a remarkable approach where our resonance energy field is embedded in a short audio file of C-wave sounds. You listen to a minute or so of this audio sound, generally each day, to empower your inner well-being and renewal. That extra support of getting back into that flow in alignment with the vital force of life can allow their well-being to come through. Source resonances can be used for a whole range of purposes. There's health and well-being, and there's also self-development and consciousness. Source resonances can also be used to support building acceptance of self, building self-esteem and confidence, building an ability to navigate relationship with healthy boundaries. And then source resonances can also be used as a meditative tool to support one into that deepening awareness of the divine nature of all and coming into presence. We work with the principle of releasing and receiving. So in any situation, what is the invitation? Be it an illness, be it an experience, be it in fact something that has happened in your family history, not even necessarily yourself, but it may be energetically not yet resolved from your ancestral line. So what we are looking at is what is needing to be released and what is the invitation to welcome in and receive in your life. We use what we call the TIPS system, which is an approach to look at toxins, infections, physical and psychological traumas. And this will be looking at a person's individual life experiences and what the invitation is, and where there's an energy focus, a repeat theme or pattern you can see in someone's story and also echoing back into their family history. And that can give clues as to what's at the root of what it is that they're dealing with now. We also think about epigenetics. So we've all heard of genetics and the DNA that is passed on from parents to children. The more cutting edge research now is around how this genetic material is switched on or off in the person's life. And that determines actually how your inheritance affects your life and your well-being in this moment. And that is dynamic. So by using our TIPS system, the toxins, infections, physical and psychological traumas, we invite people to look at what has been their personal life experiences and also noticing and charting their family history, their parents, their grandparents, and further back perhaps in terms of culture and society. This offers us an opportunity for generational transformation. So the resonances can help with releasing and receiving in terms of what's alive for you personally in your life now. They can also help with reaching those places where you just don't know what is at the bottom of it because it doesn't seem to relate to your own life experiences. And that will probably be when it's in the family history, the epigenetics, the what's being passed on to you through the expression of your genetic makeup and carried within you. The tips, history taking can be a great way of unpeeling some of this and noticing the patterns that it would be useful to release. And what it is you would love to open up to receiving in your life. So very much as well, looking at the metaphorical meaning of illnesses and symptoms. What turns of phrase do you have in English or in your own language that relate to whatever symptom it is that you're experiencing? And just being aware of symptoms and illness as a way of our inner being communicating with ourselves. And part of this journey is about learning to accept and love all aspects of ourselves, and maybe honoring that communication, that desire to communicate, even if we don't yet fully know what it is that the message is. Just noticing, it's communication, it's my inner being wanting to express, and there's an invitation here for releasing and for receiving. So what are the benefits of source resonances? Some of the things I love about source resonances is that this has potential to offer a simple, accessible and affordable approach to supporting your own well-being. The resonances are natural, non-toxic, non-invasive ways of supporting your journey of self-discovery, and they work by activating and supporting the body's innate wisdom and self-healing capacity. So it's basically what we are designed to be doing. And then sometimes it gets a little stuck and needs a little nudge or helping hand. And I love that the resonances can offer that. So that is really useful for people with health issues. It can also be used for that inner inquiry, that self-development, and that deepening of our awakening and consciousness in this life. Some of the resonances that we have around self-development and inner growth, we have one looking at self-acceptance and another around loving self. Our relationship with ourselves is so fundamental to how we are then able to be in the world and be with others. So that gives you a tiny taste of some of the self-development resonances. With the resonances for supporting a person with specific illness or chronic condition, the source sound programs incorporate looking at what is underneath that. Going back again to the tips, issues, the toxins, infections, physical and psychological traumas, so that the things that may have contributed to developing a chronic condition over a period of time are also supported in releasing. So in a practical sense, how are source resonances used? In general, one would listen each day to a particular resonance or a set of resonances. We do encourage people to use headphones. That is partly because each resonance will be individualized, personalized for the person who is using it. So it is specifically for that person. And the other reason is that the headphones do give a more immersive experience and can help people really tuning in to being present with receiving the resonance field that is carried in the sound. We also invite people to take a pause. You do this consciously be somewhere quiet, be somewhere where they're not going to be disturbed. And it can sometimes help to move or stretch or perhaps sigh. Just using the breath to allow that integration and release, and inviting people to pause the sound when they have a sense that that's actually enough for now. Some people find it useful to build up gradually, or just stay with listening to 10 or 20 seconds a day, if that is what suits their system best. So it's a lot about learning and tuning into and becoming more intimately connected with your own energy field in a loving and supportive way. So, how are source resonances made? This is a fascinating area. The initial request was made by Peter Chappell when he was searching for a way to help large numbers of people in Ethiopia. We use a system of what we call source work that has been developed over years and evolves through time. It's a combination of very careful preparation and intention setting, designing the request of what this resonance field will embody and will bring and offer to people who listen, who connect with the field. And then the connection with the source of all that is. So tuning in consciously and aligning with this and then requesting. There are also physical components to the process and the particular manner in which this requesting is done. And then when it is ready, it is invited into the carrier medium. With the audio source resonances, that is a digital file of audio C waves generally, and the resonance field is then invited in to that. The listening to the audio is like a telephone connection. That the act of listening is our way of tuning in to the resonance field that is carried in that audio. To purchase a program, learn more, or donate to support our work, see the links below this video. Thank you.